Welcome back to Primetime Muscle. Bodybuilding fans, friends around the world, thank you for joining us as always. We appreciate you being with us. We have a very special day today. Tim Wilkins, as always, joined by the one and only Real Deal.
Deal in the house. How are you?
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Tarek Gilgindi.
Great to be here, Tim Wilkins. Excited to be here with Chris Cormier and my friend, Jacob Frank.
Jacob.
The center square today, Jacob Frank from Global Formulas. We're doing something, I don't know that we've done this yet, a sponsor spotlight, and we're happy to have you.
Well, I'm glad to be the first and the only sponsor spotlight. Really appreciate that.
You are both a sponsor of the Olympia and some Wings of Strength promotions as well.
Yep. Wings of Strength, Olympia, Muscle Contest. We're spreading our wings.
Excellent.
All over the place.
So you and I talked for a few minutes before, and when you first got here, one thing I noticed right off is a passion for the sport.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I've been in this sport for a long time, and I got into it in college, and just one thing's led to another, grinding years and years and years, but I'm happy to be here where we're at right now, and largest team of IFBB pros in the world on Global Formulas.
We're going to talk about those pros in a few minutes, but one of the things I liked about those pros is you said you're not out actively recruiting people. They're coming to you.
No, yeah. Our pros have used our line, have seen a big difference that it makes in their results, and also just what we do as far as Global Formulas as a family. We support each of our athletes as if they're our own, and we get requests every day from IFBB pros all over the place, and we're happy to have attained this position in the sport where people want to be on our team.
Well, I had a chance to know Jacob for a good while, and I believe his strength is his ability to come up with formulations that are unique, powerful, and effective. BioHeat is one of the best products out there in terms of thermogenics. And then one of my favorites is the Protein Zero, which is zero carbs, zero fat, and you get 40 grams of protein. And, the taste is incredible. Now, one of the things that I like to say about Jacob is not only a friend of mine, but he's really an inspiration for me, because despite being the CEO and founder of one of the biggest supplement companies in the nation, Jacob is one of those CEOs that's on the ground. He's not behind the desk in a building on the 16th floor hiding from what's happening. Jacob is right there at the booth at the Mr. Olympia. If there's a show in Arizona for Wings of Strength, Jacob is there. Jacob sometimes will set up inside a torture gym for the grand opening and will be giving explanation to some of his prospective new clients about the product. He inspires me, and I say this with great pride because I work very hard. Everybody in this industry know how hard I work. And then I look at guys like Jacob and I say, this is one of the guys that makes me want to even work harder, because he is truly a great, great executive.
Now, let's go back to your protein. It's a good segue from Tarek. Everybody's got a protein. Everybody's got a micronized, galvanized, isotope, blah, blah, blah. You have thrown in, and we were talking about this, and I want you to go into this deeper because this is what's important for bodybuilders to know. There's a thing called white labeling, where somebody creates a product and everybody else comes and puts a new label with their name on it and says, I created a protein. No, you didn't. You found one and you just claimed it like it was a foreign country. You have actually not just created these things, you found the components to body repair, like glutamine, realized how it wasn't being utilized properly through external supplementation, and explain the chelating process to me and where you put chelated glutamine into your protein.
Well, we were talking beforehand, and you said you do take glutamine, and most people that take glutamine, they don't see results. And the reason why is 80% of it will get used up in the intestinal tract before it even reaches the bloodstream. So with the chelation process of the glutamine, you're molecularly bonding it to a mineral, and it drives that glutamine through the intestinal tract into the bloodstream so it gets in there intact. So that's just one of the things we do. We do a lot of those, but what makes our protein different than anybody else's, besides the quality and the 0 sugars and extra, all that stuff, is we throw a full serving of our BioRepair into the Pro Zero. So now people take it, and you don't have to understand the science. We understand people are going to go to a counter and they're going to see all these crazy labels, but once they try our product, they're going to go, wow, I really notice a difference here. I don't know what it is. We know what it is. We can't educate every single person, and we can't expect every store manager or store owner to do the same, but as long as we get you in it on the first time, you're not coming back.
You say don't get involved in the science, but we all know we're just a big stack of bro scientists. When it comes right down to it, we all want the nerd stuff. We all want to tell the 10 people we're trained to go, it's chelated. It's chelated. Take more grams. Yeah. That's the way we are. So it's important to know this stuff.
Yeah, but we, as in general, is a very small portion of the community. The people like Chris and so forth that have been doing this for years and competitively. It is a very small portion of the market in general. We want, the moms, the dads, the people that want to just change their physiques for the better, put lean muscle on, burn body fat, doesn't matter. As long as they're willing to put the effort in, we'll give them the science.
Do you have something for gut health?
You know what? We're working on it. Now that's the one time, if you're going to take glutamine and you have an intestinal tract issue, you want to take regular glutamine, because that's where it's going to stop and do its work. We're putting in our chelated glutamine to get through there, get into the bloodstream, and feed the muscle cell.
Right.
So
there's a few other products that I noticed right off. You've got a great pre-workout. There's a fat burner. How have you formulated some of these things?
Our pre-workout is pretty much what we're known for. Super BioFreak OMG. That's what really put us on the map. It's a pre-workout like you've never had before. There's no frazzle, just intense focus, the muscular endurance, the vasodilation, your veins are just popping. There's no crash whatsoever. I've never spoken to one person that's ever crashed on our product. But
so is it time released, or how does
it's I have some ingredients in there that sustain it. So yes, but as far as the workout you're getting and how you feel after the workout, you take it in the morning, 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, you're still feeling that focus. You're good to go.
Do you do a pre-workout?
I actually have, I use a lot of Jacobs. I like Super BioFreak, but I'm a huge fan of BioHeat. When I do jiu-jitsu, I usually take that. But I got to be honest, the Pro Zero Vanilla is my thing. When you
He's
get
got
a
his
chance,
favorites.
I have my favorites. When you get a chance to have 40 grams of protein with no sugar, no fat, and have that sweet taste in your mouth, you can't go wrong with that. That is my favorite. I don't allow Heather to even come close to it.
See, I for years took my pre-workout by name. It had to have the most psychotic name.
Oh yeah.
There was and then when you walk into the store and it's behind the glass, it takes 2 keys like it's a missile launch, and then you walk in on the day that they're clearing it off. Go, oh, this has been banned by the FDA. I go, I'll take all
exactly.
those. Give me those.
Yep.
So Super BioFreak OMG has me written all over it.
Yeah.
As many of those crazy names as you can put on one label. I said that works.
Yeah. The OMG always gets them.
Always gets them. And you've known both these guys for years.
I've known him quite a while. Yep.
Now here's we have our games here. We just want to make this clear.
Oh my God!
If Chris Cormier, we had a few weeks ago. Chris Cormier said, "I might come back for a Masters Olympia." If he came back, Jacob, you have the biggest roster of IFBB Pro League athletes. If Chris Cormier had a comeback, would you look at him as a prospective Global Formulas athlete?
Miracles do happen.
Yes.
Luckily, see, I'm actually with Yaba Labs right now, but I would accept your, if you came with a gift of your
a gift of product, a gift of product. Yeah.
And you took me out to dinner and you wowed me with that.
Well, see, here's the thing.
If you brought the Louis Vuitton tie,
okay,
then we could talk. And that watch can go along with it too.
Oh, okay.
So the dynamic between these two guys on the show and the dynamic on the ride everywhere we go. It's
every time we're around each other.
Every time they're around each other, I have to be in the middle.
You've never seen the dynamic outside of here with us included. It's just, you might want to times that times how many?
Maybe 10 times. We have zero respect for each other. Police force comes around and verifies if we're doing well.
You say that, but you were literally just finding prospective sponsors for his comeback. That was touching. That's where I was headed with it.
Yeah,
that's how high I think of Jacob Frank's supplements, because I think he can truly help Chris Cormier come from the Bill Cosby shape.
Wow.
Oh, come on, Chris. Come on, don't ask Nico to edit that.
Why are you doing that? We have company here today, and now you get
Chris, which company? I've heard all this stuff.
I thought you were going to hold it together for our company.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
I thought you were going to hold it together.
We're going to take a break. While Chris considers his comeback, we're going to take a break. We'll be back just after this with more from Global Formulas and Jacob Frank talking about his the largest roster of IFBB pros in the sport.
Let's go.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
All right, we're back on Primetime Muscle with Jacob Frank from Global Formulas doing our very first sponsor spotlight. And you were saying it earlier, you said it a minute ago, you have the largest roster of IFBB pros, and you have some of all of our favorites in your stable.
So blessed with the athletes that I have on my team. You know, I mean, we've got some real heavy hitters, and some of our guys that you never heard of, you will be hearing of for sure in the next year or two.
All IFBB pros, or some of the never heard ofs, are they any NPC guys coming up, and ladies or men?
Oh yeah.
All right.
You know,
he likes to keep it secret. Now, do you have a question, Chris?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you were filming or do you have like training days where they all come together and do some type of...
One of our favorite things to do is to, especially at any event, you know, Vegas is where everybody likes to go. So if we can get a group of our guys out there, we always do a family video shoot, and our videographer knows there's no rules. We just tell our people, go out there, team up, go around, have a great time, and it always turns out amazing.
Do you rent a house for these people, or do they?
It was a gym shot last year.
Yeah, no. We use a Torture Gym in Las Vegas, which is probably...
Torture Gym with New Tech. They're our presenting sponsors, so shout out to them. My question to you, Jacob, is this. You look to have a team of great champions, great winners. But there are people that apply, they want to be athletes of Global Formulas, and you know, some of them you accept, and some of them you might say, hey, you don't fit the profile of the company. If I'm a competitor, I'm watching Primetime Muscle, and I want to get with Global Formulas, I want to join Corey Morris, Daniel Amos, Emmanuel Hunter, I want to be with those guys, I want to wear the jersey. What is the criteria? How do I get into the team?
You know, we didn't even talk about this, but that is an absolute perfect question, because we do get requests every single day. And one of my pet peeves is when an athlete comes to us and says, I'm going to be traveling doing this show, this show, this show. I need help with this, and I would like to be part of the Global Formulas team because I need that help.
I need help.
And it's like, you don't quite get the way we do things here. This is we help you as you're helping us. We count on the athletes to build our brand, to introduce their followers to what we do. So somebody that's just want, that already tells me out the door. So if you come to us, you need to be prepared with accomplishments, goals, what you can do to spread the word about what we do. And that's, obviously we're going to look at a physique. And if the physique is something that I think has potential, they don't have to be perfect right now, but a bikini girl, for instance, tight little core. You can't teach that.
No.
Thick core, maybe not so much. There's things that and the same goes for physique. too. You know, all those things come into play. And when there's enough of those together and a great personality and somebody's got some business sense and knows that they're can create a value to us, then for sure we're all about it.
Is that an interview type process, or what type of process? Is that
I think that the first initial, you know, you only get one chance to make a first impression. You know, that tells a lot. It really does, because if you have to start telling people how to act and how to represent your company
and everything,
that's already.
Are you looking for charisma? Are you looking for someone that's
a good backstory?
Well, if I was, then you might not be on the list.
You're gonna fit right in.
Oh, Jacob! Team Tarek all the way here, man!
You said your waist is too wide, Jared.
Yeah, you know what? If we're talking about thick cores, though, you know.
You said the core is going to get you up anyway. You're already done.
Jacob, just one quick question. You have competitors that have been with Global Formulas for years and years. A lot of times we see these athletes going from one company to another, and then they tell us incredible story why they had to leave that company. It comes to mind Michelle Hurst. It comes to mind Jessica Wilson. Some of the competitors that have been with Global Formulas for, I think, maybe 10 years. I remember them in the Fit Expo 10 years ago. Why is it that people like staying with your company? Why don't you have that regular turnover that we see in other supplement companies?
It's very simple. First of all, we make the best products in the industry, okay? Our family atmosphere is second to none. We support our athletes. If somebody, now look, I understand everybody needs to make a living. If somebody says, hey, this company's offering more, this company's offering more, I'm never going to be the guy that's going to get in the bidding war. I can't do it. We're not a big enough company just to start throwing money all over the place for the sake of it. But the athletes that we do have, they get results with what we have. They know they're not going to get results with someone else. And they do want to stick with us for the long haul, because I do have things set in place that with accomplishments and so forth, you will grow as we grow. And they know that. Also, you know, the dirty side of it is that if somebody does leave us for other reasons other than the quality of what we do, they're not looking exactly like to their followers. It's kind of, they can see through it. You know, oh, this stuff is the best stuff now, where I was just on Global, but now this stuff is like, oh, come get it. It's like, blah, 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 doing all this for them. No, everybody knows that's not the truth.
Well, let's look at your roster, and we're going to start with, I believe, Amy Delgado. And let's give some backstory on a few of these. Beautiful physique, amazing competitor.
Amy Delgado is someone that pretty much appeared on the scene last year. She won her first show, I think, was in Tampa last year. And she was on a whirlwind and showed up at the Olympia. Not a lot of people knew about her, and finished 6th. And, a lot of people said she could have even gone higher than that. Came out this year, has competed in 4 shows, won 4 shows. She's definitely one of the favorites to win the Olympia title this year. Amy and her husband, Christian, I met them before signing with them at a show. And I didn't know anything about her, and we were just talked, and I just liked them as people. I liked them as people, and ended up getting them some sample packets and so forth, and talked a little back and forth. But it took months. Yeah, it took months. There was no rush, and she really didn't take a lot of supplements at the time. And when she took ours, it was like, wow, I'm really seeing a difference. So she's made enormous strides, and out of everybody, look out for Amy Delgado, because she is going to be a force, and one of the girls that is going to be right there standing in the middle.
The next one's one of our favorites on Primetime Muscle, Jessica Wilson.
Jessica's been with me forever. She came aboard, I'm going to say at least 6, 7, 8 years, at least. And she has the most unbelievable heart and soul. And this guy right here, you probably don't remember. Before every show, he'd always speak to the competitors and so forth. And one day, you were talking to the competitors about how anything is possible. and you mentioned Jessica, how when she first competed, she finished dead last. Then she slowly moved up. And your point during this whole talk to the competitors there was anything is possible if you put the time and effort into it. And you didn't know it, but about 30 seconds into it, I got out my video recorder and I'm videoing it. And because I'm like, this is just too good here. And I sent it to Jessica, and she sent me a video back of her crying hysterically.
Oh, that's awesome.
So touched by it.
So I gotta tell you.
So you do touch people once in a while. Once in a while.
There's restraining orders for that.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta tell you guys this story. Jessica Wilson, I saw Jessica Wilson turning pro at the USA's. And I also, Amy Delgado, she won the overall at the USA's blue bikini. Jessica Wilson won the USA's. And in the beginning of Jessica Wilson's pro career, she was not doing well with her placings. She was placing 16th, maybe 15th, 17th. And at one point, I approached Jessica and I said, you know, she's a pro, she's intelligent, she has this great personality, everybody loves her. And I asked Jessica if she wanted to test judge, you know, maybe become a judge potential. And she looked at me and she said, Tarek, I'm gonna make it to the O. You know, I'm not gonna be a judge.
You were giving her an out. You were giving her an out.
Maybe, you know, maybe. Man, this girl started placing 11th, 12th. Then one day she got 8th. Then she started going to 6th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. And now she's won multiple pro shows. She goes to the Olympia every year. And I was, you know, it was emotional when she won her first show, was in Omaha, Nebraska. I was the head judge. And I remember people posting and crying because Jessica never lost hope that she was going to make it to the Olympia. And even when she took hard second places, she would be the first person to congratulate the winner. So Jessica Wilson is a special person.
Now, let's go through these next couple pretty quick, but this is hands down one of my favorite guys. This is Daniel Amos, I think, is what Physique should look like.
He is. He really is. I mean, and this is does not have a tall stature. He's a short guy and manages to put that all into a package. The symmetry is insane. That there's that beautiful, tight textbook six-pack that he's got going. He's got a lot of potential.
The conditioning last year at the couple of wins he had that qualified him for the Olympia, but he had a little illness and
health
stuff
problems,
to work, health issues to work through. This year, I think he's going to do big things at the Olympia.
And he is looking amazing. Get on his Instagram and check out some of his pictures because
Fit Physique, but I think he spells it with a Q. So
yeah. I don't know the exact spelling, but it's Fit Physique, and he is just looking crazy.
Next guy, I believe, is Corey Morris.
Yep. No, that's Emmanuel Hunter. Emmanuel Hunter. This is the Alabama guy that.
These people.
Memorize it,
he was saying it before it came out. Give him a break. Emmanuel Hunter is in Alabama, and not a lot of people knew about him. Year before last, he finished second at the Arnold Classic. Still nobody knew about him. Last year finished third. I think he finished 12th at the Olympia this past year, but his back is world class. His chest is full.
Oh, Dylan's popping.
I mean, he is the complete package. And the only thing that he needs to do is come in just peeled. If he does that, I mean, anything is possible with him.
I'm going to let this next picture come up before I say a word, Chris Cormier. Who is it?
Corey Morris.
Oh, Corey Morris.
Now, Corey, everybody knows Corey Morris. Corey says, I mean, his...
Corey.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, the guy's physique is
it's cartoonish.
Oh yeah,
it's cartoonish.
The X-framed at his best.
Yes, he has the frame definitely to win it all. And the interesting thing about Corey is, I went back in our DMs after we kind of started. He reached out to us again, and he'd been trying to get on Global since 2019. I was shocked that I went back in there and he had reached out to us a few different times, and I don't know how that one slipped through the cracks, but we're happy to have him where he belongs now, and he's going to be doing, I mean, he's one of the favorites. he may be our winner right there. Him, Emmanuel, Daniel.
You've won. Sorry, Tim. You've won Olympia titles as a global formula sponsor with athletes. Man, do you have any predictions, Tim? Should we go to the next segment?
We're going to go to the next segments. And one of Tarek's favorite things to say to Chris, he says it sometimes to me, is let's lose some followers. So we're gonna go to break here with Global Formulas, and we're gonna come back. And we're going to get your thoughts on the Olympia that's coming up fast. And we're going to put you on the spot in just a minute.
People always ask how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day. If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm going to grab them. Spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on Trifecta.
And we're back on Primetime Muscle with our special guest today, Jacob Frank from Global Formulas. All right, here we are. We put it all out on the line here. We're not a gossip show. We're, as Tarek has been saying for 2 years, just the facts. But sometimes those facts include some opinions. Olympia is just around the corner. They can be your athletes. They can be a mix of your athletes. Do you want to go through all the categories? Do you want to stick to categories you've got athletes in there?
You know, don't put
Men's Physique. This is what we want to know from you, Jacob Frank from Global Formulas. You have the biggest roster of IFBB Pros in your team. You have some really good competitors in the Men's Physique. Talk to me. Who's going to be your highest placed athlete? And do you think one of them could potentially win the Olympia? What's your prediction for Corey Morris in 2023 Mr. Olympia?
I think he could win. I mean, Corey Morris has everything that you're looking for. He's got incredibly full chest. I mean, he's got the tightest little core out there. I mean, the back, he is the complete package. There's nothing that, you know, feedback has been to bring his shoulders down just a little bit. He goes by the Delt King. Does that? I don't.
No, I have a question because Chris actually was one of the first guys to mention Corey Morris to me before Corey Morris started winning. Chris, you know these guys' physiques. Do you believe Corey Morris can beat Aaron Banks, Jeremy Buendia, and Brandon Hendrickson?
Well, yes, sir. I think he definitely have what it takes to do that. You know, you can't miss that tiny waist he has. The back development, and I do agree with some of the feedback. If the shoulder's a little bit downsized a little bit, that's going to make everything pop. And I think that's going to be like a perfect physique to have if you want to go against the best in the world. That would be perfect at that point. But that's the only thing I see is those delts a little bit out of control.
And we can do that. You know, we're going to bring those delts down a little bit, and he's going to show up there. And
because the waist, the abs, the way the abs are set up is perfect abs.
It's insane.
Tim, you are the men's physique competitor. You have a tremendous physique. Out of all, we know you like Daniel Amos. You love his abs. But out of all the Global Formulas men's physique athletes that we saw, or maybe even somebody that we didn't see here, who's your favorite?
It's Daniel. I said it with his wins last year, and I was going back and forth in DM to him, saying that conditioning, and he's a very compact, tiny waist, big bald shoulders. He has the conditioning that everybody should have, and everybody had to get a little drier for the next few shows to try to keep up with that mark. I think if he comes in, one of my favorites for years was Ryan Terry. Daniel has a very Ryan Terry-esque foundation with better conditioning. And Ryan, as he grows, is able to grow that quality mass up and take it back down again without the thought of losing because everyone else has gotten so big. Daniel's already there.
Yes. And Daniel is the epitome of what, the original concept of physique was,
here he goes. Yes.
Give me a physique that I can, with enough work, not be exact, but that's the physique I want to look like.
Take to the beach. It's aspirational.
I want to look like that physique, and that's the physique that you look at and you just go, that's it. That's the one right there.
Yeah, not that classic physique bodybuilder in those board shorts.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
So you have, what other categories? You have bikini, do you have wellness, fitness? Who all do you have?
Bikini, bikini, we've got, Amy Delgado, we've got Ellie Fernandez, Jessica Wilson.
So let's talk more about the athletes you have. Do you have anybody in wellness? You have Jessica and Amy in bikini.
No, we have Boyana in figure.
Ivanov.
That's a good question.
I had it for years too.
Vasilovich.
Yes, Vasilovich.
Vasilovich.
Yes,
Thank
amazing.
You.
I love the way she's built.
Yes, she's a little Daniel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Her conditioning is always crazy good.
Yeah.
So and figure. Do you have any?
No, she is figure.
She's figure.
figure.
What's the full spectrum of your athletes?
Mostly physique and bikini. We've got figure. We don't have anyone qualified for wellness yet. I had one super high person in wellness that wants to be part of their team, but I'm holding off on that.
Okay. You want to do
open body?
You want to do some open predictions?
No open.
Let's get some open predictions.
Let's go open. Open predictions. Since you don't have anyone in the open class, it'll be fair game.
Okay. All right. You guys bring them up, and I'll. To me, it's Samuel.
Samson Dowd.
Samson, Nick, and
Derek.
Derek. And the other.
Oh wow, Derek wasn't a
You got
forethought.
No.
Derek wasn't top of mind. That's interesting. Hunter,
The champion?
Hottie.
Yeah.
Who's gonna? Is he gonna repeat, Hottie?
I really like Samson a lot.
Okay.
Samson.
That's my favorite out of all of them because
What did you say about his back? You said something about his back earlier.
Oh no, he was.
I know.
You're trashing.
I'm just messing with
He's just
her.
putting you on the chopping block.
No, I was talking about. I never said anything about Samson's back.
You said that. You said, "Oh, what about Samson's back?"
It was on our monitor.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the hair on Terry's back.
No.
And Nick Walker doesn't like the hair.
That's muscle, guys. That's muscle, guys.
That's
muscle.
That muscle moves when the wind blows.
But you know what? This could get a little dicey because I'm not a big fan of Nick's core at all. You know,
Even as much as it's come down.
I'm a fan of that Flex Wheeler look, and that's been missing.
Well, say that looking at Chris Cormier. He'll love you for that.
Let's be honest here. He had that genetically gifted small waist.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, I know. Those are the days.
I like to walk more so than anything.
Oh, wow. You don't want to say that, though.
Hey, I want Jacob.
Wow.
Is your girl Amy Delgado? Your girl. That's your girl right there. Winning 4 shows. Is she winning the Olympia? Is she placing top 2, top 3?
No, she's winning the Olympia.
Oh, I like it.
She's winning the Olympia.
That's bold. I like
Just
it a
like
lot.
that.
Yeah.
Snatch
You
the
can
rug.
put that up there. We'll talk about
Snatch
it.
the pebble.
Wow, I like it. I like it a lot.
Like that.
Any other predictions across classes? You think CBUM holds that title?
CBUM holds the title.
All right.
Although we could tell you, Classic, he's not qualified yet. I got Kyron. You know Kyron Holden?
Oh gosh, yes.
Kyron is after the Olympia, we decided we were going to move him into Classic, and first few months,
working on his
first few months, not so much. Last few months, you're starting to see some unbelievable development off of him.
We can get the bottom half, but I just think that he needs to just lay off the upper body.
I have a couple pictures of him. I'll show you.
Okay.
That his legs look right now
They're catching
almost
up.
like they're. He had a picture where I'm like, your legs look like they're twice the size of your upper body right now. He's really made some strides, and he's going to be doing Legion, which will be his last chance. And if he happens to win that show, then he's going to make some noise.
Okay.
Because he's got the physique.
Okay.
Well, it was great having you on the show. Yeah, you fit right in. Not only did you...
Are we live?
You got to come back again.
We've been talking this whole time?
The whole time.
Oh, wow. Wow, okay. There might have to be some edits in there.
You not only were a great representative and a great passion for the sport, but you sat right in on the big chair and trashed both the hosts. So that's what you do here.
Hey, they make it easy for me. They make it easy.
So we thank you for your support of the Olympia Wings of Strength Muscle Contest, all that you do to keep things flowing.
I want to just tell you something. The more I get to know you, I'll bring some trash.
Yes. Take a break. As always, the real deal.
Real deal in the house.
You threw the Flex Wheeler thing out, man.
It's all good. It's all good. It's his first time.
Wow.
It's his first and only time on the show.
The one and only Tarek Yelgindi. Folks, as always, like, share, comment.
We love Jacob here.
Yes, tell us who your thoughts are, and of course, check out Global Formulas. Like Jacob says, you try them once, you'll be hooked. So check those things out.
Our motto: train hard, demand the best.
Train hard, demand the best. I need that tie.
Global Formulas. Train hard, demand the best.
Tim Wilkins,
Train hard.
Primetime Muscle. We'll see you next time.